things. You see these things here? They are bracelets. See what's written on this one? Type 1 diabetes. And then on this one, uh, it says insulin dependent. These bracelets can save your life easily. Like you can if you don't, I carry an ID, I carry a medical card says which says I'm diabetic in my wallet. But I live in a country whereby if I'm unconscious, for example, I go play football and my sugar level drop and I'm unconscious, they call ambulance and they carry me go hospital. For example, if they bring my wallet out, they can see that I'm diabetic. If they lay me on the table, they can see that I'm diabetic, right? So, but if they put my name from my ID card on the system, it brings up my medical history and it tells them that I'm diabetic. They know what they're doing. In a place like Nigeria, where you don't have a system that's what a database of a medical record that is linked around the country, whereby every hospital get their own system where they keep records, mostly notebooks and all that. Then you need this because hello family, in this video I'm going to tell you what I pack for when I travel. Like say I'm going for a week's trip, I will tell you the kind of things that I pack as a type 1 diabetic. Okay, preparing to travel with type 1 diabetes requires careful planning to ensure you have everything you need. So as you plan your trip, you buy all the things what you need. Don't forget about your diabetic side because you also need your supplies because you don't want anything to stress you during your trip, right? So no matter what happens, you need to be prepared. Okay, and by being well prepared, you can enjoy your trip without any unnecessary stress. Okay, so I'm going to give you 6 things that I pack, that I prepare for when I go away as a type 1 diabetic. Okay, so number one, insulin. That's the most important of them all. You need your insulin, and I pack this in abundance. So this is the pack I use, right? So in this pack, if I open it, you will see 2 pens in there. So there is a long acting and there is a short acting. One of them have like 150 mils. The other one is 300 mils actually. So it's quite big ones. But I don't only take one. I take two. You always have to have a backup because sometimes your pen will jam, and if it jam, what are you going to do? So you need to always have 3 4 pens, have two layaway somewhere, and then you use one. If you don't have to use it, that's fine. But if say in the middle of the night or whatever your pen jam and if you use them and you need another one, you get backup. So I always pack them in pairs. I always pack two. So that's number one. The insulin and medications, right? Under insulin and medications, so the insulin are there, extra needles, extra if you're on any tablets at all, make sure you pack them, sorry. Keep your things on a carry-on, what we call a hand luggage, because and I've traveled to Nigeria before, and I got to Lagos, my suitcase did not come out until 3 days later. But thank God, on my carry-on bag, I had the spare insulin, and I was using that until my bag came. So also don't forget, Nigeria is very tropical, right? If you're going to anywhere that is hot, go with a cooling pouch. So I have a cooling pouch that is in my freezer. Now I only use it when I travel. So when I travel, I bring it out, so it's frozen. So when I bring it out, I put this in it. It just stays chill. You can stay chill for 36 hours. There's a compartment in it where you put that thing in the freezer, and then when you bring it out, you put it in the pouch. You put your insulin. It can last. There are some that last 36 hours. There are some that last 48 hours. There are some that last 24 hours, and you have to put it back in the freezer and break it back out. It's very, very important that your medications are cool. The temperature in a country can affect the efficacy of your insulin. So always make sure that you have a cooling patch. It needs to be in room temperature or in a cool temperature. When you reach house, you put on for fridge. Never leave it out if you're in a hot place. So that's your insulin and medication. That's number one. Yeah. Number two, your blood sugar monitoring supply. So now that I use a sensor, I have my phone that I use to monitor my blood sugar, right? I also pack extra sensors there. So I have these two. I'll put two sensors in the bag because these sensors that we use, right? They can be flimsy sometimes. Sometimes you fit to the waka pass door, make you brush arm, and if you brush your body next to the door, it comes out. You cannot fit it back in again. It's like that once, or somebody give you help, pull and come out. It comes out, you can't put it back in. Even if you've only used it for one day, it comes out, you can't put it back in again. So although now, after using it for many years, I can manage, I can have it for full 2 weeks without it coming off, because I know there is also a band that I wear when I'm away. I, I wear that. It's just like a football captain's armband. It holds it in place so that it doesn't come off. But I go always pack two just in case. And just to double that one up, I will also use like a glucose monitor. I go put that one for back, the old school style. In case something happened to my phone, I don't get my sensors, I feel still use the old school one to take check my sugar level. So that's number two. Number one, insulin and medications. Number two, your blood sugar monitoring things. So either that's on your phone or the old school one. Um, extra test strips if you're using the old school one. Make sure you bring 2 packs of like extra, and extra batteries as well in case your battery dies. So that's number two. Number three, very important, emergency low supply. You can have a hypo at any time. Like you can have a hypo, after walking around in doing your sightseeing, you come back inside house before the food is ready. You can have a hypo in the middle of. You can go drinking, you come back at 4 in the morning and your body begin shake. You have a hypo, especially when you have alcohol. Monitor your sugar level for 24 hours after that, because alcohol has a tendency of just dropping your sugar level the following day. So emergency sugar supply. You see this? I have this everywhere in the house. These are glucose tablets, right? In my drawer upstairs next to my bed, there's about 10 in there. In my cabinet in the kitchen, there's another 10 there. In my car, I have them everywhere. I just order like a pack of 24 from Amazon, and they just bring them and they just have them. It's I'll show you what they look like. So that's it. So if you're having like a low blood sugar, you just put one or two for inside your mouth, brings up your sugar level within minutes for you to get yourself, and then you can go and now look for food to eat. So emergency low supply is very important. Snacks, protein. So this is protein bar. I'm not going to show you the brand because I'm not advertising the product, but your pack of protein bar inside, um, more protein bars and chocolates, all those things you have to have. You have to have things to get your sugar level up all the time, because it's very important. That's number three. Number four, travel documents and medical ID, right? You may need a doctor's note explaining that you need to carry insulin and your supplies. You know, after the bombing that they had a few years ago, whatever it is, now you cannot take liquid. It was very strict at some point. Now they allow you to take 100 mils of insulin, so you can't take like deodorant or perfumes, toothpaste, anything above 100 mils. You can't take through the airport. If you have, sometimes some insulin are more than 100 mils, and they're liquid, right? But if you have a doctor's note, right? If they stop you at the airport, say, why are you carrying more than 100 mils? You can say, look, I'm diabetic. I need this to stay alive. They don't joke with that. They will just let you go, right? You may need a travel insurance for where you're going in case you get sick, right? Because your normal insurance that will just cover normal flu and all the other illnesses that you may have might not cover this. This might be extra. So you need to make sure that your insurance covers your diabetes when you go overseas just in case you get sick and you need to go to hospital, right? Under the umbrella of travel ID and medical ID, there is something that is really, really important, that the most important thing for you to take with you. Distance. You see these things here? They are bracelets. See what's written on this one? Type 1 diabetes. And then on this one, on this one, it says insulin dependent. These bracelets can save your life easily. Like you can if you don't, I carry an ID, I carry a medical card, says which says I'm diabetic in my wallet. But I live in a country whereby if I'm unconscious, for example, I go play football and my sugar level drop and I'm unconscious, they call ambulance and they carry me go hospital. For example, if they bring my wallet out, they can see that I'm diabetic. If they lay me on the table, they can see that I'm diabetic, right? So, but if they put my name from my ID card on the system, it brings up my medical history and it tells them that I'm diabetic. They know what they're doing. In a place like Nigeria, where you don't have a system that, what, a database of your medical record that is linked around the country, whereby every hospital get their own system where they keep records, mostly notebooks and all that. Then you need this, because if, for example, now you are driving, God forbid, you have an accident and you're unconscious, before your family members even reach there, they rush you go hospital, right? They're trying to hydrate you and they put you on drip. You know the drip that they always put back home, the dextrose one or whatever it is, to get you up, giving you sugar. Those drip will get sugar, giving you sugar, even though in their mind they're trying to give you energy to get you up, they're killing you slowly. They are killing you slowly because you have to take the drips that is sugar free. Any medicine where they take na sugar free, because if they give you the option of with sugar, it just takes your sugar level up. So they're not treating you, they're killing you, right? But if you are in a situation whereby you are incapacitated, you can't speak for some reason, wearing this, see, I got this from Amazon, you can get it anywhere. Wearing this, right, it just shows people that, okay, I am insulin dependent. Just in case, I don't waka enter shop before. I left my wallet in the car park. I was going to meet somebody. I think it was at the airport, and then I began to shake. I just began to shake. I don't waka enter shop, beg somebody for coke. See me and give me some diabetic. I'm having a hypoglycemia episode. I need sugar. They gave me the coke. I drank it. I went to the car, came back and gave them their money, all because they could see that I was diabetic. So it's very, very important that you make people aware that you're diabetic. But if you can't speak, by having a bracelet on. Okay, that's number 4. Number 5, plan for time zone changes. Okay, if you're injecting every 24 hours, you travel go America, you go to California, whereby they are 12 hours behind. What are you going to do? You have to make a decision. Say, are you going to stick to the 12 hour you're injecting, which means you can inject in the middle of the day, this, or are you just going to wait it out until night and then do night? And then, for me, it depends on how long I'm staying in the place. If I'm only there for 2 days, I will set my alarm and do my insulin until I come back. But if I'm staying there for a week or more than a week, so ninth insulin supposed to be ninth insulin, yeah, because of my lifestyle. So I cannot use my alarm. I have to, if I get there in the morning, I will wait it out until ninth, and then I start my regime of ninth insulin, and like that. So you always have to adjust your insulin schedule gradually if traveling across multiple cities. If you need to set reminder to check your blood sugar frequently when adjusting, you know that when you are adjusting your insulin, with regards to time zones, you need to monitor your sugar level to make sure that you are not going too high or too low, right? That's number 5. And then lastly, know where to get supplies. That's the first thing I do. Like I fly to Abuja, I get to Abuja. If I'm staying at the Airbnb, I go ask people, okay, where is the closest pharmacy? Where is the closest pharmacy? Because that's where, because if I need something extra, and 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 this insulin I talked about, you can get them everywhere. They are expensive, but they're not too scarce. So you can get them in average to large pharmacies with fridges, right, and freezers. You wouldn't see it in a tiny chemist, right? You wouldn't. So know where to get your supplies. Research where you can get insulin or diabetic supplies at your destination in case of emergency. Just in case you don't have it there, know where to buy it. So that's the it. So a recap for you: insulin and medications, right? Don't forget them, and extra as well. Blood sugar monitoring supplies, number two. Emergency low supplies, number three. Your travel documents, and that's number four. Number five, you plan for time zone changes. And lastly, scan the area, know where to get supplies. These six things is what I do whenever I'm traveling, and I'm okay. So when I tell you guys that I try to lead a normal life, it's all because of preparation. If you have what you need, you can go now, have a good holiday and enjoy yourself. You don't want to be in holiday and you're sick. This is where they say diabetes is stressing people. It's when you're not prepared for it, then it stresses you. That's it for today's episode. Until next time, remember, diabetes does not define us. We do. Peace.